things like that.
Right. One thing that I always highlight is in Toastmasters trainings, it's not about learning or imparting knowledge one way. It's sharing of experiences. And this particular session that you are all eagerly waiting, and I'm also waiting to share, is also about a very important aspect. We all pay for our memberships, right? We have paid for 6 months, 1 year membership. Now, what have you invested in? Have you asked yourself, why have you paid the amount that you have paid? How is it quantifiably returned by Toastmasters?
It's an investment in our own public speaking, collaborative, and the team working capabilities also, I think.
Yeah, but quantifiably, how is Toastmasters International giving it back to you?
So what to put I mean, you can't put an exact number on it, but I think certainly with the net, if some quantity has to be there. Let's put it in the network, the kind of people we interact, the number of, how many people we have interacted with.
Maybe
meetings and others.
I'll share a perspective. Yes, Nilanjan, please go ahead.
Yeah, Toastmaster will help me to communicate in a more effective way about my workplace or in my personal space. Thereby, the effectiveness will be such, it will enhance my results by 30%.
Okay, so I'll just cut it short. I'll just give you a perspective. When you buy your membership, Toastmasters International enables you with an educational framework. Now, if you go for any soft skills in Dale Carnegie or whatever, it's a 5 days workshop, right? Or hardly it's a 1 week off-site workshop or whatever you call that. Your membership fees also pays for your pathways. That's the quantifiable value add that Toastmasters has. As VP, Vice President Education, as Vice President Membership, as club presidents, as members, that is how you should be quantifying the benefits that Toastmasters gives to you. Then comes the qualitative quantification about soft skills improvement, personal development, so on and so forth. So it's not like that we are only getting a non-tangible aspect. And many of us have not been that well versed with this perspective. Agreed?
Yes.
So you pay for something, and how many of y'all during your start of membership enrolled in pathways within the first week? Raise of hands, please.
Yeah, I did it. And as we have, I'm audible?
Yes, you are. I just asked for a raise of hands first. How many of you enrolled for pathways within the first week of your membership? Then I'll go to you, Ashish, surely. Only 1 or 2 of you? Hello?
Enrolled but not taken the courses yet. Like as in, it's just, at least we just signed.
Fair enough. It's one step at a time. Okay, so enrollment in an educational program that you have invested in, I wouldn't have to say that it should be done, right? To get your value adds from your investment. Now, in this session today, we will speak about this educational peer-to-peer learning framework that Toastmasters has formulated after a lot of experimentation, surveying, and so on and so forth. And we will also visit what is expected of us as members to do there, right? Now, before I go to pathways, And I will request distinguished Toastmaster Robin to let me know when I am done with the first 20 minutes of my session, because then I'll track it accordingly.
Okay.
Yes. Before I start sharing my screen, I know Vice President Education Toastmaster Ashish Ranjan had something to share. Ashish, please go ahead.
Yeah, so this is my platform I have chosen because see, everyone has a communication, but the communication is not just a we are just saying anything. We have to communicate to our audience very effectively. It means that we should communicate and we engage audience and we transform our this point of view so that they will engage and they will with us, and we are going means we are going to present ourselves in the sense because everyone has the idea I give you the very simple language mungadi lal ka hasin sapne where we think everything but we are not able to present it. This is the platform where we can present ourselves with effectively.
Thank you so much, Vice President Education Toastmaster Ashish. One more thing, yes, of course, vocal communication is very much required. One more very important thing, which at least in Toastmasters we highlight, we often talk about evaluations, we talk about one aspect of body language. And that is the main thing that also makes people understand your perspective. And that can be only done when you get to see the person's reaction. That is the reason why I was requesting that all of us come on video so that we have a conversation. Otherwise, it would be just like I'm reading out and I'm not even sure whether I'm effective in what I'm sharing across to you all. So in communication, remember, you can be a wonderful orator on radio. But when you have to convince in life, it's your body language also that matters. And all your pathways, I call them education programs, they have sections where this is emphasized on. While we are all in Zoom, in Google Meet, why do you think your leadership at work, your leadership in Toastmasters often ask you to open your videos? It's not to be prying on you whether you're doing your job right. No, it is to have that personal connect. So I hope now at least I'll see more videos on, which will help us. And I see some of them are also going off videos after I have given this perspective. But fine with that. So briefly, I will touch base. Whenever you become a member, you need to be onboarded in the right way. Agreed?
Yeah, agreed.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
in onboarding, what is the first thing you should be doing?
First, during the onboarding, I can say that first interaction with our team members.
Again, I would like to tell you that it's a development program that you have paid for. So the first thing in your onboarding should be, you should know what you are entitled to. And for that, you should have your ID enabled. And you should go to the Toastmasters International site to be onboarded. Now for this, there are different phases of onboarding. I had visited this on yesterday's session. I'm just revisiting because there are some new members also. And then I will speak about the core onboarding of Toastmasters for development, which is pathways. So quickly, different onboarding stages are there. The first onboarding is onboarding to the organization as to what are you entitled, how you will be accessing the resources, so on and so forth. The next level of onboarding happens where you get enabled to go through your path, go through your sessions. So, you know, how to do meeting roles, what to do in meeting roles, where are the meetings happening, when are they happening, who is going to help you out in a meeting, so on and so forth. The next level is your execution onboarding. So you're taking up various roles, you are proceeding in your pathways, what happens next, so on and so forth. And last, which is the expert level of onboarding, where you know, okay, now I know the basics of speeches, my projects, and the meeting roles. What other way can I improve my communication leadership or my human leadership? So out of the club activities, for example, taking up the club leadership role, which many of you all have, right? What to do next? What is in it for me? So that relatability, correct? So these different level of onboardings is there in every phase of life. Hence, it is also there in Toastmasters. So in District 125, we have introduced something called the induction framework. Yeah. So I'll quickly share my screen to take you through 2 slides of that induction framework, and then the tool that will help you as a member individually without anyone's intervention or help know what to do, how to do, why to do, who to do it with, and when to do it, and how longer to do it. Okay. So I'll quickly share my screen. Let me know. Distinguished Toastmaster Robin, can you please give me access to the other one as co-host so that I can share my screen?
Sujata, I am new to this platform. This is Anil Kumar. So
Yes.
I joined in this week only. So yesterday I logged in the international Toastmaster site, but I couldn't select the path actually. So
Let me just go through this and I'll share with you. So first of all, you've got your ID and you've got your password and you have
yes, yes, already logged in.
So then I will go through that pathways onboarding, but
Okay.
at a step, one step at a time. Thank you, Toastmaster Anil, for that question, because that will help me get to the pathways in
Yes.
also.
Okay, yeah,
Robin,
okay.
do I get, did I get access?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Let me know if you can see my screen. You should be able to see my screen now.
Yes.
Perfect. So this is exactly how Anil is feeling now. And all of us have felt. Anil, relatable picture?
Yes, yes, it's same here. Yeah.
We all went through this, don't worry. And then finally,
Okay.
you heard all this. Have you heard all?
Yeah. Yes, yes, I got it. I got this. Yeah, what's in our the first homepage. Yeah.
Yes?
So
Yeah.
yes.
You have a similar feeling. You're in a jungle of things to be known. And then you are just shown the path and you don't know how to go about it. Right?
Yeah, same feeling, but I'm excited to actually to go inside of all the because by name it looks very interesting, but yeah, I couldn't go inside. So that.
So yes, so you see, you have all of these things.
Yeah.
Whatever we just now were speaking about, right? Our
Yes,
Toastmasters, XCOM training, path levels, road
yeah, yes,
induction. This is
yes,
the only thing probably that you know, but it's so far off, right?
yes, yes.
So what helps us finding directions in our lives?
Any guideline available by any seniors or if talking about
What helps
life
us,
then parents,
what helps us get directions? Simple. We use it.
their experience, how they use they for themselves. So
Holding.
that type of experience. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. And Toastmaster Nikhil.
Yeah, holding.
Okay, no, I was simply talking about in driving. What is the direction giver to you?
The guru.
Google Map, guys.
Okay. Okay, for driving.
Finding directions. You don't need a guru. You don't call your guru. I need to go from Pune to Bangalore. How do I go? Your guru will go off for you forever.
Yeah.
So yes, it's the map that helps you. So we are just trying to give you new member induction map, which is the induction framework. And that is the tool that will help you to know how you can proceed and learn about these things. So I just now briefly mentioned about the various stages. Okay. So if you see, the first one is when you member of the club. Toastmaster, can you please unmute everyone? Thank you. So the first one is when a new member joins the club, what he or she has to do. Then we come to the onboarding part. And today's session is mostly going to revolve around this onboarding, which is our educational onboarding of pathways onboarding. But however, holistically, we need to go through each of these phases. So once you have onboarded as a member, then comes the member activities, or what you need to do, which is actually your action and peer-to-peer learning framework, where you become part of the meetings, you do things, and then you move ahead, and so on and so forth. Advanced membership induction. When you have learned a particular thing, you need more exposure to improve your leadership, improve your self-confidence. And you can only do it when you're sharing your experiences, when you're mentoring someone else. So that is when you go out of the club to participate in out of the club activities like contests, taking part as MOC, as program chair, so on and so forth. This only builds your experience and hence your self-confidence and makes you a better leader. Agreed?
Yes. Yes.
Perfectly. So what we have done for all this, right? It is a simple checklist that we have prepared, which I call the new member reckoner. That is how the Google map was NMR, right? The new member reckoner is this Excel sheet. Now let me know if you all can see clearly. Is it visible enough?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, this first document cover, I always make it the first thing to share, because in Toastmasters, we share good practices. We collate, we learn from others. So while this was created, there were many aspects, many good practices, which were picked up from fellow districts. And whenever you are sharing someone's things, or whenever you are taking or learning from someone, it is always required to give the valuable accreditation to that person, to that originator. So that's why this first slot, if you see, I have given the accreditations to the necessary people from whom, or the districts from where I have collected this information, which will help us out in this district, as well as anyone who visits this tool through the website. Now, before I go into this tool, what is the obvious question that I want someone to, do you have any obvious questions?
Yeah, how to use these steps, maybe.
Fair enough. That's the how. What is before the how?
What? Oh,
What?
Be-
What is this? What is this tool? So that answer you have. So
so
what, why, how, what is the other one?
we can say that WH questions: why, where, what,
So
how.
hold on. So Ashish, the second one.
Where?
Somebody has asked me where you get this tool. How would you get this tool? Any wild thought? Where is it available?
This is the Toastmaster platform,
What Toastmasters platform? Which platform?
where we are communicating with uh, everyone, and we are presenting ourselves to develop our leadership and communication.
No, I am asking where would you find this Excel sheet or this ready reckoner?
On district125.org.
Okay.
From the
Toastmaster,
recording of this session. Session is already recorded.
the recording of the session will give you the session, but it will not give you the physical document. So thank you, Toastmaster Madhulika, because she was part of the session yesterday. She knows we all have the District 125 website. All these tools, all these documents, artifacts are available there. Please visit the District 125 website, where you will find this new induction framework in the PQD corner section. If you click on it, you will find a small cloud icon. When you click on that, this Excel sheet you will be able to download. If not, one of your division directors will share it in the chat in a few couple of minutes from now. Distinguished Toastmaster Rabin or Toastmaster Swapnil, please do the needful. Right? So you will find it in District 125 website and also in the chat in a few moments from now. Now coming to how, which is the most relevant question. We have the tool. How do we use it? It's a very simple process. There is no rocket science that I did here. I only did step by step what we need to do and when. So if you see the description of the task that needs to be done, when do we, what, when, time, which time are you supposed to do it?
Right.
Periodicity as to how often do we have to do it. Then comes who is responsible to do it. Then comes who should be informed that that person is doing it, or who should be consulted that that person is doing it. And also I have kept a field which you can use. It's again self-learning, so we cannot enforce, but you can always keep a tab, because for development, I believe you have to have toll gates. Of course, it is self-paced, but if you don't have toll gates, then you have complacency and you might lose the relevance of that development, because the skill may have changed by the time you finish your training. So that's why self-assessment and self-toll gating is required. I have kept these fields here. Now for Vice President Education and Vice President Membership, it is your responsibility or help that any Toastmaster seeks, so that you can share this to your members when they are coming, this ready reckoner, so that then they can proceed with their onboarding. And don't forget to review it with them, the progress on how they are, where they are, what help they need, because this will also give you the membership feedback. They will feel good. They will find the efficiency that Toastmasters is actually giving them quantifiable benefits. Yeah. So that's the request. I will not take you all through this each and every step. I will request each of you to go through this ready reckoner, go through the steps. Now, while we describe these steps, I have also tried to put in some of the important URLs, which may be a training session, which may be a plethora or a repository of all the resources that is required, and so on, so forth. So go through each of these and you would find all the artifacts. There are certain training sessions which directly take you to the TI website. There are certain artifacts which are the governed guidelines, the rule books, the contest rule book, what to do, how to do, right? So this ready reckoner should be used by not only the executive committee to do and give it to the members, but every member as a member, pick this up and it sure will help you. So Anil, the question that you asked is probably partially in this tool. If you have this, you'll know where to go and what to do.
But Sanjukta, still I check the District 125 page, web page. Can you show that web page from where I can download this Excel?
We'll do that. in the
Okay.
path of the process. The
Okay. Okay.
Excel
Okay.
sheet, the Excel sheet will be shared in your chat.
Is it? But I'm checking the chat, but still it is.
They
I'm
will
not
share.
able
They
to.
will share. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
They will
Okay. Okay.
share.
Okay.
Toastmaster Swapnil, are you there? Can you share that ready reckoner? Or I will share it in some time if it
Okay.
is
Okay.
not
No
already.
problem.
Okay, so this was about the induction framework. Now, in coming back to the core of our development, which is pathways, where we have invested through our membership fee to have this framework to guide us to move ahead.
Okay.
So we are moving on to the pathways. So what is pathways? Obvious question.
Pathway, I can say that what we want to achieve it, what we want to achieve, and how we, what is the exact direction to achieve it. That is the pathway. Means the direction in that case means steps. What all steps we have to follow it.
Okay, I think I would request everyone else to also interact. Yes, Runakshi,
Yes.
you had something to say.
Pathways
I
is a
think
perspective or a tone of a speech that we should follow whenever we are giving our speech.
Okay, if you have to speak, I would request you raise your hand or you raise the reaction button, because all of you speaking, I won't be able to hear and do justice. So
Sure,
yes,
ma'am, sure.
thanks, Runakshi. Yes, I just now saw somebody raising the hand and then, there you are. Vice President Education, Hemant, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Sanjukta. I gave this analogy to my members. You joined a communication and leadership schools, and our pathways are subject. You choose your subject and just dwell into it.
Interesting perspective. Toastmaster Nilima?
Actually, it's a ladder for your constant growth, learning, step-by-step learning.
Fair enough. Thank you. We all have our perspectives, and if we keep on asking, I think all 59 of us will have their own perspective. But to give the simple analogy, pathways is nothing but a well-researched educational framework developed by Toastmasters International to support the peer-to-peer learning framework that we have promised as members to each other. It consists of individualistic sets of projects, which are again segregated into various proficiency levels, which help us to grow our chosen competencies or group of competencies. So pathways is simply an educational framework which has 13 odd or 12 odd or how many paths? Raise of hands again. How many paths are there? Raise of hands. Yes, Hemant.
11 paths.
Okay, what is the newest path that was added?
Not sure.
Someone from the... Do we have any experienced Toastmasters? Yes, thank you, Akbar. Distinguished Toastmaster Akbar, thank you for that. So you see, Toastmasters International keeps on evolving the framework. So previously we did not have the humorous path added, right? Or engaging humor added. But since many of us were aspiring to become humorous speakers, stand-up comedians, they build that path, which is nothing but the separate educational program. So now when you go to pathways, the first thing you have to do is, now they have given you these different choices, but now I might choose something else because I never had a challenge in communicating or speaking. So my idea was to learn to improvise my leadership. So my idea or my requirement of joining Toastmasters was different. Toastmaster Hemant, what was your requirement for joining Toastmasters?
To improvise my leadership skills.
Okay. Nilachal, what was your?
I need evaluation what I'm speaking, because in a set of I'm in a current setup where I am I'm not sure whether whatever I am speaking and communicating, whether that is effective, interesting, and meaningful.
Right. So it's about effective communication, becoming an effective communicator. We all have our different requirements. That's why when Toastmasters International created the pathways, they understood that all of us would want certain things our way. But there are core competencies. There are 5 core competencies that churn up all that we have now shared, our individual things. Those 5 competencies is this. It's about public speaking. It's about interpersonal communication. It's about strategic leadership. It's about management. And last but not the least, which helps you collate all this, is your confidence. Now, remember, I'll give you a simple inference. Now, at one juncture of life, I might need more of public speaking grooming. At another part, I might need more of strategic leadership learning. So that is how much you want from these 5 competencies gives these 11 path choices. And this is all done based on data, its analysis, and numerous surveys that have been done on Toastmasters like us, or even people outside Toastmasters. Now, then how does Pathways, you know, those who have enrolled, right? It gives you options to choose paths when you first go there, correct? Raise of hands, yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
How does Pathway do that? It does it during your Pathways enrollment by asking you to fill a simple survey. Now, the survey looks like a very simple collation of some questions, but those questions are only talking about or revolving around these 5 competencies that we had highlighted now. And once you do that survey, it understands, okay, which is what and why, where you are wanting it. Based on that, the analytics work at the background and they give you 3 choices. Okay, I will quickly take you through. During this, there is another district that has very basely explained how to go through this Pathways onboarding. So I'll just take you to that site. Give me a second. It's here.
You can temporarily stop screen sharing if you require.
Hold on. No, I need to screen share from a different site. Give me a second, please. Yes. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see.
So this is a simple guide of how we do onboard ourselves in Pathways. So you go through the Pathways assessment to find the right path. So this is where you go. Okay. Once you reach in the go to base camp, now this is based on the older thing, but I can always show you how to go there. But the flow is similar. So when you have to choose a path, you have to select the survey. Yeah. And once you fill up this survey one after the other, here is where you start the survey and you go on, you fill these up, and finally it gives you 3 options to choose from. And once you choose, you get your access to that. Now, I will share this out to all of you in this presentation that I was sharing. It is also available in our district website, how to do it, what to do in the training materials that are there in the induction framework. And we would also want to, let me see if I can go directly to the site and do it once. Hold on. That would make more sense, right?
Yes, and that is better to all the new.
Okay. I will do this, but only with one promise from all of you that you will go back as brand ambassadors of Pathways to your clubs and ensure that your new members are Pathways enrolled within the first week. Can I have that integrity and vouching from all of you?
Yes,
No.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this is where you go once you are at home. So once you log in, you are here, right?
Yes.
Then you go to educational programs, select Pathways. Before you go to select your paths, I would request you to take all the training sessions, the Pathways overview, so on and so forth, so that you get acquainted with this. Okay. Now for paths and projects, you go here. It talks about the various paths and projects that are available. To select your path, you need to go to Basecamp. Fair enough? Now, when you are at Basecamp, in Pathways Learning Experience, you have to go here. Okay. Now, I will not be able to go here. Now, there are, because I already am on my path, which I have selected and I'm doing it, I will try to still go there. Before I go there, a few things. Now, many of us might be members of multiple clubs. So you would want to choose the club that you want this path and its levels to be aligned to, because then you can submit your level completions to that particular club's roster, so that then the points also get counted for that club. So you can choose which club gets your level completion points, because that point system also gets to rank your club quality. That is how we have the distinguished club program, right? Where the club becomes distinguished as and how its members develop in their educational program. right? So continue to path selection. When I click on this is how it goes. Yeah. And you go for digital resource. This printed material is soon going to go out because everything is to be available online now. So printed material is not. Yeah. So it gives you again an option to see all the paths, review all the paths so that you're aware which path helps in doing what. And finally, you are asked to do this assessment. Okay. And you go through the assessment now. Okay. You choose what is your required thing, how you want to do it, what you go ahead, move ahead. And this is how, when you go to the end of it, after you have completed the survey, it will give you 3 options to choose from. Okay. 3 options to choose from. You can either choose one of those options, or you can pick up whatever you want to pick up from those available 11 options. This is your first step in pathways onboarding. Is this clear?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me stop sharing. Why am I unable to stop sharing? Hold on. Yeah, now I found it. Okay. So this is about your onboarding onto pathways. Any questions yet? For those new people or new members, any questions asked?
Yeah,
No,
this,
Sanjukta.
No.
Sanjukta, I have a question. This is Nilachal here.
Yes, Nilachal?
This we have to do it ourselves because I am yet to create a user ID and user ID in the pathways. So I see your checklist, what you have shown in the Excel sheet. Maybe I have to follow that and get it done. So this I have to do it myself, if I'm correct.
So the Pathways ID is your Toastmasters ID. It's an universal login. When you have completed your payment of membership, they had asked you for your registered email ID. So your membership ID would have gone in that email ID that you had mentioned. Please do visit the junk mail part of it. Maybe the first email from TI has gone there. There they have shared you your Toastmasters ID as well as a password. You need to log into the Toastmasters International website, toastmastersinternational.org. And once you log in by changing the password and so on and so forth, then you will go to where I showed you the home screen. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Fair enough. So after you have selected the path based on your requirement, it is required that you go through the various levels of improvement. Now it is required, I said, but Toastmasters is a self-learning program. There is no rules or there is no impositions on you. So though it is advised, since each of these improve your proficiency in a structured manner, it is advised that you finish one level, then go to the other level. However, Toastmasters lets you do any project from any level at this moment of time. However, it will not be beneficial to anyone who wants to improve categorically and strategically. Okay? Yes,
Sanjuk,
I will share the Excel here.
Sanjukta, Vittal here. Have one query.
Yes, please.
So there are, let's say, 4-5 levels here, and I, as a new joiner, I will be completing level 1. But how I will make sure that I have completed my level 1 and I am eligible to go to level 2? Is there any criteria, or sorry if I missed anything earlier?
No, Vithal. So very good question. So this pathways, again, I will share my screen. So when you go into your pathways, right? So let me again open my own thing. Vithal, have you gone into Toastmasters International and have you gone into Basecamp?
Not yet.
Have you enrolled into pathways?
Not yet.
Okay. Anyone who has enrolled into pathways, you all have gone on to Basecamp, right? Yes, Toastmaster Narayan.
Yes.
Can you give Vithal the answer?
Actually, this is Nanan here. Vittal, have you got your membership ID? Is it done?
Yes. Yep.
So, so user ID and login. Have you visited the site at least once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have visited site once,
Okay.
but honestly, I was not sure what's next. So that's
So
the
you
reason.
have you been able to see that base camp in that website? In your login?
Honestly, I
Basecamp.
need to check.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Narayanan and Vithal.
Yes.
If you can see my screen, right? You need to log in.
Yep.
And until and unless you've enrolled to pathways, you will not know what level you're in.
Okay.
Only when you have enrolled into pathways, you will start the curriculum. It's like any training module. Once you
Okay.
start the curriculum, you go step by step.
Right.
Okay. And that is how, when you go through all the steps, it's a very simple, even a 5-year-old can do that educational program. It's just
Okay.
a matter of back, next, submit, back, next.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you do that, at the end, it gives you an option to mark complete any project, and then finally the level.
Okay. So it's self-assessment kind of thing.
Yes, it is. It is project and then self-assessment, and then once you have given a report, so I'll get through it. So Vithal, hold on. I think you
Sure.
are you're going a little step ahead. So we
Yeah.
have now onboarded in a path, correct? Now our next job, just give me a second. Let me get ready at least so that I have the site also available with me. Yeah. Yeah. So now, once you've enrolled in your path, you will always find 5 levels to go through in any path. Okay. Each level has some projects. Okay. Ideally, level 2 and level 1, level 2 is the time where your basic skills are churned or aligned together. And this is probably common for all paths. Yeah. Then in the 3rd level is where you start improving your preferred skills knowledge. Okay. You start building on your chosen skills. And then further you build them. When you build them, this means you are actually expected to learn, use, and then report to how much you got out of this learning, right? So that's the building of the skills in level 4. And they will also give you certain critical projects where you need to practice the skill that you've built up. And
Okay.
finally, level 5 is the place where you get experience, you get confidence, and you become or demonstrate expertise in the skill or in the experience that Pathways is developing for you, which you have chosen to develop. Be it visionary leader, be it dynamic leadership, be it engage humor, be it so on and so forth. There are quite a few. Presentation mastery, so on and so forth.
Yep.
Key to Pathways are two. The first one is enrolling into Pathways. How many of you have already given your icebreaker, but yet you have not enrolled in Pathways? Can you raise your hands? I will repeat. How many of you have given your icebreaker speech, but not enrolled in Pathways? Please raise your hand.
Yeah, 2 people have raised their hands.
Okay, 2 people have raised their hands. It is perfectly normal because Toastmasters is about speech giving. However, again, you are not getting the value that you paid for. It is required that you go through the project that has been created in Pathways on Icebreaker. It will take you through different techniques. It will take you through how to go about it, what to do, what are the kind of fears that you have, so on and so forth. It's worth learning. Yeah. Every project, before you give a speech, it is not my request. Now it is my experience, and hence I am kind of giving an assertive guideline that you should go through the project, because each project had some beauty in it. Each project gives you an opportunity to first assess yourself before you complete the project. So you will say that, okay, I'm 4 here, I'm 3 here, I'm 5 here. You take that self-assessment. After you've gone through the learning in each project, end of the project, whatever you have learned is supposed to be collated and then reported as a planned speech. So every speech that you give in Toastmasters for your levels and projects is nothing but a report or a collation of the learnings of that project. Hence, it is very critical that you go through the project and then give the speech. Otherwise, the objective of each project is not achieved. And if the objective of each project is not achieved, objective of that level will not be achieved, objective of the Pathways will not be achieved.
Okay, there's Patil San who has raised his hand. You want to say something?
Yes, basically I wanted to ask the same question, what is icebreaker? So this is my second session only wherein I joined. The last session I joined on Friday or Thursday, and wherein I have just given, the table topic, wherein I spoke, table topic. So I'm not aware about, all those levels, and ma'am is talking about, the projects. So I'm a bit enthusiastic to understand what are those projects, but
I will
already,
share.
yes, yes. Yes.
So I'll just complete this chain of thought and then I'll go back to that, if that's fine with you. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Robin. So as I was saying that after each project you've completed, you've given your speech, they give you an option to reassess yourself. Now you can say, I can give a 5 to both the assessments. Yes, of course you can, because it's self-assessment. But Toastmasters is about you developing yourself with your incentive in there. Toastmasters has got nothing to lose or gain. It's a non-profit organization. So are you gaining? If you don't do them with the integrity, if you don't do the self-assessment with integrity, probably you're missing out on some learnings. So that's why each project is necessary. Each project's report or collation of the learning is a speech, which is also necessary, which ultimately comes to the core requirement that I think some of you explained, that how do I express myself in the right way, in the right time, so that people understand my perspective. Yeah. Now going back to, may I know your name, because it's very cryptic what you wrote there.
It's Sanjay Patil. Sorry,
Okay.
actually, I use my shortcut
No.
of my login credentials.
So
Sorry.
Toastmaster Sanjay,
Yeah.
When you first become a Toastmaster, we all have this fear of speaking in front of strangers.
Right.
And the word icebreaker means breaking the ice between these strangers.
Right.
So the first speech that you give in Toastmasters is about yourself, where you introduce yourself to your family of Toastmasters.
Okay.
And Toastmasters family also, understands that, okay, gets to know this new family member. So that's the breaking of ice.
Okay. I think that has been not yet happened yet, because when I attended the last session, it was just table topic wherein I have spoken on one of the table topic, but I think icebreaker is still pending with me.
So again, you have to yourself initiate it.
Okay.
First, you have to enroll in pathways. Then you have to ask your vice president education that, okay, I want to give my icebreaker. I will complete my icebreaker project before that. Then I would want to plan it out with your vice president education. And then you go ahead with the icebreaker speech.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you. Yeah.
So this is the benefit of these different levels. Now comes the very simple thing, how to use pathways. We have already been showing it. I already shared with you how to go to the base camp and enroll yourself. Now, going to the base camp, you'll find your curriculum there. So even I would have my curriculum here. So you go to my home and then you go to base camp. How much time do we have?
10-15 minutes.
10 minutes left. 12 minutes to be precise.
Is this session relatable to all of you now?
Yes.
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 Of course, yes.
Okay. So once you go to base camp, this is what you have. So if you go down in paths and learning, if you see, I have these paths. Okay. Now, this is the path that I'm currently on, which is team collaboration. When I open the curriculum, it has all these levels. So right now I am in level 1. And as you see this tick mark shows I have completed my icebreaker. Now you all will say that Sanjukta has just completed her icebreaker and she has been a Toastmaster for ages. Why does she have to do an icebreaker always? Have that thought, Sanjay?
Yeah, might be. I think for each and every level, icebreaker is mandatory to start with. That's why it might be.
That's one process guideline. Absolutely,
Right.
bingo on that.
Right.
But also, I always believe personally that every time you can reinvent yourself. So I have gone through, this is my third path. So every icebreaker, I tried to share something new.
Okay.
For example, my last icebreaker was on different artifacts I have at home. So it just gives you an opportunity to, again, create a speech.
Exactly.
Or collate a report the right way. Okay.
Right.
So this is how you will go. You will open each project. When you say launch, it opens the project. Always disable the pop-up blocker in your web browser, because otherwise it will not open. And this is how you proceed through each of the projects. Okay, this will open, it will show you buttons to move on, various slides will move on, there will be videos to help you to learn, go through them, pass on to the next level, so on and so forth, right? Now, in our district website, there is a section, since this is self-explanatory, once you start working on this, you will find it easily. I'll just go to our district website. Because I don't have much time left, I will quickly take you through the places where you will find this tutorial. So pathways in all is about going through this path, the projects, finishing the levels, letting your vice president education know you have completed, put as marked complete the level, so that they as base camp managers can then approve it or officially upload it to Toastmasters International, which then makes you proficient to that level. Every path you complete, you become proficient in that path. You are called dynamic leadership proficient. You're called visionary leadership proficient. So that's the accolade you get. You also get a certificate, which generally comes in digitally, but you can always take a printout and have that self-motivation available. So here's our district website. Okay. While there are other things, and I called this out yesterday also, whenever you get a little bored about something, do spend 15 minutes in the district website. It is, again, a cauldron of knowledge and learning. Any of your questions, check this district website, and finally the Toastmasters International learn. Okay. I would quickly go. So you have the various offices corners. If you go to the PQD corner, it is set up in a format where you find some of the key trainings or the key aspects in the left-hand side. Okay. And here you have a quick reference to pathways, or the detailed pathways tool is here. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you. What does mean by PQD? What stands for PQD?
Okay. PQD stands for Program Quality Director.
Okay.
The district consists of different offices.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Program Quality Director office is what is responsible for the education, the development, and all these offerings or sessions and frameworks.
Thank you.
Hold on, I'll just get back to you, but let me just finish this line of thought. Yes, Sanjay? Thank you. So this pathways part that you see here, it is what I said, good practices from other districts, but worth going out. Definitely spend time to go through these. I'll just quickly take you to what this first site has by Karen Story. She has done this as part of her DTM project probably, but believe me, this is a one store for what you want to know about pathways. Everything in a simple HTML she has put. And here you see, if you go to home, it will take you to the pathways site, and you can go anywhere to go any place. Okay. Now I would prefer to go here. See, Now, if you get confused, go back to our District 125 site. Pathways evaluation resource for all projects. This has got all the evaluation resources that are required for any project. How you have access to it or how you go about it is, it talks about the first one, right? It's in alphabetical order, but I would rather prefer to go here. Wait, here. Yeah. So this is your path. So if I click on, say, this path, it takes you here. Yeah. Each of these are a project. If you click here, you go to the TI website of this. Okay. However, she has given another trick to us, which I will show from here, which is here. Wait. In the meantime, I'll request for a 5 minutes extension, if that's fine with everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. This is there in your new member Ready Reckoner. Okay, I'll also share it in your chat. When you go here, each of the paths is given here in a tabular form. Go through all these. It's talk about how it has evolved, what are the changes that have been made. Now here we have the path, right? Now somebody give me any example of a path that should be picked up quickly in the next 2 seconds.
Persuasive influence.
Persuasive influence. Okay. Kahan gaya? Idhar hai. So I go to persuasive influence. Okay. It talks about what each level has. Again, this goes to TI. This is about the path, but I don't want to go there. In persuasive influence, I want to directly open and get my evaluation resource, the objective of the path, project, and so on and so forth. Simply click on this icebreaker. See, it gives you the project description, the overview, the purpose of this project, and always remember your evaluators are very unnerved. I need the evaluation resource. 5 minutes before they're asking, I did not get the evaluation sheet, right? Have that feeling, Vice President Educations, hunting around for evaluation resources of evaluators?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Very true.
So all you need to do is tell that person, give this site, or you go to this site, just click on this evaluation form of the project. It opens the evaluation form. You need to download and send it to the person. How much time did I take?
1 minute max.
There you go. So this is the kind of help that Toastmasters gives in peer-to-peer learning. So like Karen Story's Distinguished Toastmaster Program project was this pathways, mine was to give you all the induction framework. And I'm sure many of you will also give back to the community by giving them some useful tools like this. That is the very basis of this peer-to-peer learning framework. When you get something, make sure you give back also equally well. That is all about any voluntary program. So this was a brief overview of the kind of help that you need. Swapnil, are you back? No, he is not back. Let me share with you all. I know you all had all asked for the Ready Reckoner. I will quickly share that out. I'll just open for 1 or 2 questions if you all have any. This is about overview of pathways. Pathways you can speak on for 4 hours, 5 hours, it will not end. But the intent of this program was just to excite your brain cells to start thinking and investigating this framework, for which you as members have paid in the membership fee. And Vice President Education's Vice President Membership, make sure you tell your members this so that they get their worth of membership money from the first day that they join Toastmasters. Yeah. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Robin. And I'm open for a few questions if time permits.
So it's 1:30. You had asked for 5 minutes extension.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. So so we can continue with the felicitating of the role players.
Yes, the role players only.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Madam PQD Sanjukta, for that very informative and interactive session on pathways. And I hope many people in this session right now, I think at one point I saw more than 60 people in the session. So thank you so much, all you eager Toastmasters, for sitting through the entire introduction to pathways session. Now, I'd like to know if my awards committee chair, this committee member, Shreyas, is in the meeting. Okay, no worries.
Would you want to share it to me? I can do the needful then.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second, opening it. Please give me a second.
If you're unable to open, then
No, I'm able to open. I'm just going through the different things.
okay.
I would go from bottom to top if that's fine with you.
Okay.
Yeah. And you'll know for the obvious reason why in some time. Let me know if you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, please.
So thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreyas Bhagwat, for being an awards committee member, because he is helping us make the certificates. Also, all the trainees will receive their certificates very shortly. We are working on it. But it's Shreyas Bhagwat who's helping us prepare the certificates. He's not in the room, but let's have a huge round of applause. Next certificate is for our program chair, division director, Swapnil Zavle. Is he in the room?
No, he's not in the room.
Okay. But anyways, he was very instrumental in helping me get the trainers, as well as helping me prepare the forms and all that stuff. So thank you so much, Division Director Swapnil. So this is our awards committee chair, Chinmay, area director Chinmay Burke, who also helped Shreyas Bhagwat with making all the certificates. Thank you very much, Chinmay. Unfortunately, even he is not present here at this moment. Let's go on to the next certificate. This is our district webmaster, a very instrumental part of our PR district PR team, Archana Pandey. Thank you very much, Archana, for being our PR chair. She is the one who made those wonderful posters. Every day I was bombarding messages on WhatsApp to every XCOM group and the leaders group. Archana Pandey is the one who has made all those posters. And she's also the one who has created our District 125 website. So if you ever meet her, say, compliment her. Now,
And
next,
also, as only thing I would like to add, sorry, distinguished Toastmaster Robin, for all of you who are present now, at least the 40 of you, the only request that Toastmaster Archana would think to be the right appreciation for her work for the website would be that you become the brand ambassadors and ensure that everybody visits the website and makes use of it by going through the training materials, by going through the advertisement or the announcements that are there in the website. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. And who's going to present this to me?
I would do the needful. Needless to say, distinguished Toastmaster Robin, thank you for helping in getting the club leadership members to come and gain their experience in this leadership that they have nominated for helping in the registration to streamline the process and also taking care of the room organization, the breakout room management and everything together. Robin and Swapnil and all the division directors. Together, I would like to thank you on behalf of the district trio for having successfully completed the second innings of our club leadership training program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Well, it's only in our best interest to have all our club leaders trained and get good quality training and in turn have good quality meetings.
Yes, and we would also request, if you have not already done so, feedback is the very important tool of learning in Toastmasters. So do share your feed-forward feedback for all the trainings, including the session of mine.
I'll just share that link again.
Yes, please. In the meantime, while he's sharing the link, any thoughts? We can stop the recording, maybe.
Okay.